those that are newer to the show or haven't heard this in a long time.
Not the way you're singing it.
Yeah, how do you like me now? This became an idea here for the show as a segment
years ago
off of a scoop story of Quentin Tarantino promising his mother she would never see a penny of his work if he ever made money doing it, because when he was 12 years old and he was writing things in his room. She goes, "What are you wasting your time with that for? Can you stop with that? You got to quit with that. Nothing's ever going to come with all your writings." And he's Quentin Tarantino.
And he still has not.
And he stuck to it.
Given her
a dime. He has not paid for a house. He's not paid any of her bills. He's not given her anything that has come from his millions of dollars.
That's like lighting a fire under your butt. Mm-hmm. Like, because of what she did, made you work even harder.
He vowed, "If I ever make something of myself, you will see none of it."
Wow.
So we thought, okay, that's kind of a cool thing. Like, look at him now. Wow. He really did make it, even though somebody told him, "You're never going to make it." So that's where Look at Me Now came from here on the Roula and Ryan Show. And we take your calls at 713-390-KRBE. Let's start with Tyra. Oh, whoa. Hello. Whoa. Hi, Tyra. Good morning. Is that your alarm? Woke me up. Good morning.
Morning.
Are you shouting out yourself or somebody in your life? Tell us your Look at Me Now story.
Myself.
Let's hear it.
Everybody said that I wasn't going to be able to make it and graduate high school, but I graduated with straight A's this whole year.
Woo!
Yeah! Straight A's.
Hey, congratulations.
Now, why did they say this?
Because everybody, okay, not to diss my family, but most of everybody got pregnant at a young age and wasn't able to finish school. So
wait, your phone cut out for a second. You said who got pregnant at a young age?
A lot of family members.
Oh, okay. So a lot of people in your family did. Okay, so then what? They thought that was going to happen to you? Oh, are you on delay? Yeah. Turn your radio down, Tyra, so you're not confused by what's coming through the radio versus what you're hearing in your earbud or your phone. So you were saying a lot of people in your family were teen pregnancies or had teen pregnancies. So they thought that was going to happen to you, or what were they saying to you?
Yeah, certain people thought that was going to happen to me, like I wasn't going to finish. And so basically, I was never pregnant, and none of that never happened to me. So I feel like that was an accomplishment.
And you got through with straight A's, and you graduated.
And shame on them.
You go, girl.
I know. That's
what kind of
projecting that on her.
Project that on you. That sucks.
When was your actual graduation ceremony, Tyra?
It was May 25th.
Oh, how nice.
Nice.
And do you already have plans for what you're doing next?
Yes, I'm planning on going to the police academy.
Oh, how fun.
Very cool.
Sweet.
I say have fun, meaning like that's good that you know this in you already.
Yeah.
It's fun to already.
It's tough.
It's not fun about what the job is. It's good that you know that's what you want to do. Because a lot of times freshmen in college are like, I don't know, I'll go undeclared until I figure out what I want to do. But you already know police academy, that's the lane. Bravo, Tyra.
Yeah.
Good for you. Thanks for calling in about yourself. Pat yourself on the back. Bravo,
All
Tyra.
A's. Good job.
Thank you.
You have a wonderful Monday. Thank you so much for calling our show.
I did
Take
the
care,
opposite
sweetie.
my senior year.
Bye-bye.
I was like all D's.
What, your senior year's all D's?
I think my GPA was 1.0.
But your mother had passed away.
Oh,
I didn't show up, but
1.0, and you still got a 1.0. That means teachers were just like letting
they're
you
like,
pass.
let's let him through. The guy's been through enough.
Brandy's up next for Look at Me Now here on the Roula and Ryan Show. Good morning, Brandy.
Hey, good morning.
Morning. So
Happy
tell
Monday.
us, is the story about you or about somebody in your family?
It's about my son, Devin.
Okay.
And when he was younger in elementary school, he had a nasty teacher, Eve Strick from Travis Elementary in Rosenberg, Texas.
Oh.
Wow, look at you. Calling out. All right.
Wow.
And what did the teacher say to young Devin as an elementary child?
Well, she was just really ugly to him all the time. The last straw was when she screamed in his face and said some ugly things to him and alluded to the fact that because his older brother was autistic, there was something wrong with him as well.
Oh, my God.
Well, he was dyslexic. So I had to fight that battle for him. But in the end, he's now 30 years old. He works for the government. He has his degree in cybersecurity and works for the government doing IT.
Wow. Yeah.
Look at him now.
Old lady.
She really-
What was that last one?
What'd you say about the old lady?
What'd you say?
I said old lady.
Oh, just-
To me, it might not affect my son as much as it affected me because she was just that nasty to him. And her little favorite girl who was in the class is not
doing as well.
what
You gonna tell us her name and address too?
Don't give her
She having babies in the Golden Corral toilet. Meanwhile,
Was she in the news today?
Brandy.
Oh, my
man.
gosh.
Well, you were
Mama Bear.
Hey,
yeah.
I was
That's
about to
a
say
real
that.
thing.
You
I
were
get it,
just
girl.
a mama bear that was looking out for her child, and she made it extra tough on you to not as being an unsupportive teacher. And God bless you for powering through that. And bravo to Devin, government IT job. Nice.
I bet she tried to get her son. Can you hack and try to get in her stuff?
Oh, my
her there.
gosh.
Let's make her water bill really high. Okay, thank you for calling Brandy. Wyatt's next for Look at Me Now here on the Rule and Ryan Show on 104.1 KRBE. Hi, Wyatt. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what?
Tell us about yourself, Wyatt. Why should we
So-
look at you now and say, bravo, Wyatt?
So basically, I'm from a low-earning place for a home that's low-earning, and also I worked at a water park for 3 years in a row, right? So on my final year, I told everybody that I was going to be an engineer, and also everybody else that wanted to have the same career path as me.
Okay.
From then and there, they were making fun of me, right? They said that I would never do it because I don't have grades. I didn't make it into the school I wanted to go to at first, but now me working at an engineering company, freshman in college, and then they're still at that water park till today.
Wow.
Yeah, but you're doing what you love.
You're a freshman in college. You already got a job at an engineering
Like
firm?
internship
Bravo.
or-
Yes, ma'am. It's a big internship that only 3 people got at a big Houston company.
Oh
Good for
my
you.
gosh,
That's incredible.
Wyatt. We are so proud of you.
That's
We are so
awesome.
proud of everybody who called in today. That's excellent. And you know, Wyatt, what have we learned on this?
Why do
when
you
we
think
talk
they,
about this?
why do you think they said that about
Because
you?
they're
though?
jealous. Everybody who
Yeah.
is in your environment, like you said, it was just
Trying to keep you down.
low performance doesn't want to see you exceed. Like, what do you think? Why do you have big ideas? You think you're going to be something? You're not going to be nothing, anything. You're nothing. Look at us. We're nothing.
Yes, ma'am.
They want you to be with them if they don't have high hopes and aspirations. And
They're trying to knock you down.
right. So I'm glad you succeeded, Wyatt. Keep on keeping on. Keep us updated. God bless you. Thanks for listening. Happy Monday, sir.
Thank you. Happy Monday.
Take care,
care.
sweetie.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
That's
Take
awesome.
care.
That makes me feel so good. You go, Wyatt. Yeah. Tyra and Brandy. And anybody who ever told you something that's just hateful and you say to them now, look at me now, 713-278-VENT. That's our listener line number. You can share your stories with us there. Mondays, we like to take your calls because it's good to start out on the right foot. A little update, too, at 37530. That hazmat spill that has shut down I-10 West and 2 lanes of I-10 East has cleared now. So people are texting us. It's smooth sailing.
All good.
Yay,
Bravo.
good.
All right, coming up next, we have a date or ditch. We were going to do a Rule and Ryan's Roses update, but the person that we wanted to check in with said it's not a good
Unfortunately.
day to check in right now. So we're
I
going to
don't
try
know.
and check
Maybe
in
he was
tomorrow.
stuck in that traffic.
I can't. Mark's like, I cannot make this phone call today, guys.
I
I'll
said, can we
check in
do
with
it
y'all
tomorrow at
Tuesday."
least? Or, I want to do it tomorrow. And he said yes. So
So
tomorrow
we're-
at 7:20.
We're going to tackle something else that came our way. We do date or ditch all the time. People are newly dating somebody and they see something that could be a red flag and they're not sure. So they bring it to us and they ask us, should I bail out or should I stay on with this relationship and see what happens? This has to do with a former bully. What is the situation? Find out next on The Rule and Ryan Show.
Back to the Roula and Ryan Show.
I want to give a birthday shout out to Ian, who is 11 years old. It is his last week of school, last Monday as a 5th grader, going on to the 6th grade. They listen every morning. They're raising him right. And he's never been in the car on his birthday. Usually the schedule, I guess, had them out of school by the time his birthday rolled around. And he's still in school.
Yeah, usually they're out like last week or so.
Yeah, so he gets to hear the Rule and Ryan Show birthday shout out for Ian.
Happy birthday!
I hope you have a great last Monday.
Hey, happy birthday, Ian. You sound like that monster from Eric.
Oh, good.
That's how he sounds.
So maybe I should sue them because
Yeah,
they
they
copied
stole,
me,
yeah.
is what you're saying.
Oh, yes,
So
because you were
because-
here first. Yes.
6 hours of.
That's for sure.
I was here first, y'all.
Don't watch that, by the way, folks. It's depressing as
Oh, gosh.
heck.
Our Eric is talking about Netflix Eric with Benedict Cumberbatch. I watched the Tile preview and I already was disinterested. I can't believe you wasted your time.
I had to see it. It had my name on it. That's the only reason I watched it.
Right.
So a lot of people call us on the listener line at 713-278-VENT, although don't leave birthday shout outs there because it'll be like 4 days later that we hear that.
Yeah, good point.
Text the birthday shout out at 37530. Call the listener line with anything that you need us to know, whether it's a comment, complaint.
Especially dating. A lot of people, are going on new dates or they're in relationships early on.
Right.
And they have questions.
Red flag, so to speak.
And we can help you out because a lot of times we're like, I think you're thinking too much.
Not sure if it's a red flag or not. That's what we call date or ditch. Should you keep on dating the person? or should you bail out? Just ditch him now. Listen to this call that we got about a former bully, and we have to discuss. Here we go.
Hi. So I'm dating a guy that actually bullied me in high school. We ended up meeting on Tinder, and I wanted to see if he would remember me. Back in high school, I was larger. I've since lost a ton of weight, and I just wanted to see if he had those memories too. And we had our first date. He definitely did not know who I was or remember me. And what was crazy is we actually had like a wonderful date. He was so kind, so thoughtful, but I'm kind of in this weird place of like, should I continue dating him and reveal who I am and bring up the past, or do I just say, it and leave him in the dust for the younger version of me, just like move on, not worth it.
What about when he realizes it is you? And he's going to say, you never said anything to me that we used to go to school together? Isn't that eventually going to come out, guys?
Yeah, because
you would
family
assume.
Yes, you talk about where you went to school. Oh, I went
Yeah.
there too. Did you have Mrs. Wilson's class? Yeah, I did. What? You were in Mrs. Wilson's class? Yeah, I was.
I was the one in front of you.
Yeah.
You couldn't see around me. You were making fun of me.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Yes, I think that she can't just ignore it.
Right.
That's
I mean-
interesting that she likes him.
Well,
Like, I
because it
feel
was
like I
more
would have
like
so
a
much-
let me see, and maybe it's a revengey thing. Like, yeah.
That's
you
what it seemed
remember
like
me.
it started as
But now she's like,
revenge.
oh, he was really nice. I really like him.
Uh-oh.
I just feel like you can't judge, a grown up by what they were.
Right. People change. Well,
But
you
there
hope
are
they
some
change.
people
You're so
you never
immature.
want to know again. You never want to see them again if they caused you so much pain as a child. She's probably got core traumatic memories of being ridiculed for her weight as a child.
It could have been that bad if she went on a date with him, because I could not.
Well, like she said, Eric,
was
in that
somebody.
call, she just wanted to see what he was about. And then she's like, oh, he's really
But
nice. He's kind of hot.
But like,
Right?
for
That's what I'm saying.
what
Was he
reason
hot?
to see what? You know what I mean? It's not like she had revenge on him or anything.
Yeah, if they tormented you that much.
Maybe
Yeah.
she
Oh,
thought
that
she
would be
was going to
wrong.
get revenge on him. And as the date was progressing and it was nice, she was like,
oh, you're
well,
actually
now I'm not going to
cute.
tell him, and I'm not going to
Let's all
poison
think-
him with some Visine in his red wine
Let's
to
all
send
think
him to
of
the
that.
toilet.
Rula, think of that nemesis you had, or that one person that made
Yeah.
fun of you.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to date that guy.
You would never want to date that person.
I
You'd
mean,
never be around that person, would you? Guys?
Kevin, think about it. You were bullied or you were whatever happened.
Now they're hot.
yeah, that's the problem.
Uh-huh.
You could overlook that.
You will overlook
the pain
the
they caused you in seventh
torment they
grade.
gave you.
I could turn that around.
Wow.
Right.
For 1 hour.
They could be like flirtatious.
But like get in a relationship with that person, Kev, that's a whole different story. Get in
Right.
a relationship with that person.
Well, maybe they've changed.
right.
But like Rula said, those core memories.
That's what built you, man. You can't go back on that. You can't change that. So my thing is, I'm not saying for her to bail out yet, but she's like, oh, what if I just pretend like it didn't happen? That wasn't me when I was a kid. It's going to come out. How have you already not discussed this? What part of town are you from? What school did you go to? Where'd you grow up? People always ask you, where'd
What
you
if-
grow
Yes.
up? What's your story?
Yes, it's going to come up.
What if he
You
doesn't
have to tell
remember?
her.
Would that be more insulting?
How do you not remember Mrs. Wilson's fifth grade
No,
class?
but like he doesn't remember bullying you.
Oh, he never does. The bullies never remember what they did.
That's the most
The ones
insulting
that were
part.
bullied remember the full name
yeah.
and the moment and the clarity of where they were, when it happened, how you felt, what you were wearing, what your shoes looked like. The bully is like, I don't know, did I do that?
Or they'll dismiss it too. It's like, really? I mean, I was just a kid. It wasn't that big of a deal. Yes,
that,
it
that makes
was.
me even more mad.
Well, then if he acts that way, then she should know, like, I shouldn't date him again.
I say date him.
37530. What do you
tell
think?
him and then go on another date.
There's this. I had a bully at Texas A&M Maritime, and when I was in the Corps of Cadets, and I will never forget his name, Carlos Ramos,
Opa.
and he was so hot. Like he could
He was
holler.
so
at-
hot.
He's still around. Let's look him up. I'm gonna.
He bullied
He would
you, but
get-
he was very hot.
Yes, and he would get so angry when I would wear an earring, like when I was out of uniform, and he'd get like enraged. He had a big problem with the gays. I'm pretty
Would
sure.
he threaten you? Or
But
would
then
he-
you'll have this moment.
Yeah.
Oh God!
right?
Don't I wish we had that moment, because it would have been so hot, and I'm not going to say what I would do, but
So say children are still in the car.
I know.
Calm down there, Kevin.
Okay, so
Summer yet.
but I
You got another
wonder,
week.
whatever happened to him? Is he tormenting people at sea now, or did he
never
turn
stalked
ugly
him?
or fat? No, I never stalked him. I don't really
I'm
care.
hoping he changed.
I can
Maybe
probably
he-
find
I
him
hope so,
for
too.
you.
Yeah, Carlos Ramos.
Sam
He's probably
finds it.
listening
I
right
find
now, like,
everything.
oh, that's you, Limey?
We're talking
But
about
there
Carlos.
are a lot of people who could
I mean,
share
look.
that same last name. There are a lot of
Oh,
people
yeah,
who
I'm
share
sure
the
there's
same first name.
There's a couple Carlos Ramoses
there
in
might
town.
be plenty of Carlos Ramoses listening. Like, that wasn't me. That wasn't me.
Right.
And then they're gonna
He was from Puerto Rico, He was
Ooh.
kind of
All right,
tall
come
and
down
slim.
there.
Okay, let's find him, guys. Let's find him.
Yes,
now.
I found him now.
Oh,
get out
there
all
they
his
are.
Instagram.
Oh, damn.
Every Carlos Ramos is hot.
Okay, back to Date or Ditch, though. Listen to this text we just got at 37530. The original call is about a girl who was bullied by a guy when she was growing up for being overweight. She has now lost the weight. She met this guy on Tinder. She knew it was the bully. She went on a date with him thinking, I'm going to show him. And the date was so pleasant that she did not tell him, hey, you used to bully me, and now she doesn't know what to do. This texter says, I married my high school bully. No, my school bully. Didn't say high school. Been married 10 years and have a wonderful son together. But when did you tell this man or woman that they were the bully tormentor? Can we hear the call one more time? Is she planning on never telling him, or she said, should I
by
just
the way,
lock it
a
up?
lot of people are texting that name you said, Kev.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that have him as a gynecologist. Oh, the two different people had him as their gynecologist.
I'm not sure if that's the direction that my Carlos went. I'm pretty sure he went to C.
Let's hear that call again.
Hi. So I'm dating a guy that actually bullied me in high school. We ended up meeting on Tinder, and I wanted to see if he would remember me. Back in high school, I was larger. I've since lost a ton of weight, and I just wanted to see if he had those memories too. And we had our first date. He definitely did not know who I was or remember me. And what was crazy is we actually had like a wonderful date. He was so kind, so thoughtful, but I'm kind of in this weird place of like, should I continue dating him and reveal who I am and bring up the past, or do I just say, it and leave him in the dust for the younger version of me, just like move on, not worth it.
I say have some fun. What not? You're not.
It was high school, too. It wasn't that many years ago.
Yeah, you could probably remember if you bullied someone in high school versus elementary school.
Yes.
Yeah, if you like him,
Those are
just
core
date
memories.
him and tell him.
I'd tell him and then see what happens.
We actually went to the same elementary school,
And then, hopefully he
high
apologizes.
school, middle school.
And if he
If
doesn't,
he apologizes profusely and genuinely, and you want to continue on, fine, it's your life. Go ahead and get on that.
Right.
This texter, like we said, she married her bully. But if you don't plan on telling him, that's going to be very tricky, because when he has the revelation, it could be like in traffic one day. He'd be like, wait a second. Mm-hmm. Christina?
or his friends.
On.
His friends will remember. His friends will be like, oh my God, that's, and then whatever her nickname was.
And then he'll say,
like how they called you, what they call you? Patty or something?
I was in first grade. I was Patty. She's my alias. I should make a Netflix series about her.
They could say that.
Fatty Patty.
This could be a romantic comedy we could write here with her.
Could be.
That they're dating and then he finds out.
Or his friends ruin it because they're like, yo, you're dating that chick.
Yeah, and then he dumps
well,
her
his
because
friends have not grown up, obviously.
Right.
Because they're all like, they're still like
bros.
juniors in college. So they're not mature yet.
I agree.
If you're in your late 20s and your friends from high school that you're still solid with are acting like they're still in high school, you need to move along.
Yeah, Chip.
Find some work friends. Those guys are never going to grow up. They're going to pull you
The same
back.
motorcycle.
Oh, you know where I work, movie theater. I get all the free popcorn I want.
Little friends.
All right, 713-278-VENT. That is our listener line number. You can call us for any reason you want. And most people on text say that she should continue on but definitely tell him.
Yes.
So let us know, lady on the listener line, what happens when you tell him?
Somebody said, what if they start dating and then she starts gaining like 20 pounds?
Oh, yeah.
Like, will his
Wait a second.
bulliness come out again?
I'm sorry to bring a Friends reference for everything, but did this not happen with Friends, Chandler and Monica?
I don't know.
Yes, this girl met Monica. This is a fictional show. I get it, but we've all been raised with it. This girl meets Monica. I'm sorry, did you say you're going to marry Chandler Bing? And she goes, yeah. She goes, oh, good luck with that. And then she goes, why did this girl say that to me? Oh my God, I used to make fun of her because she was fat. Well, what happens if I gain weight again? Remember, I used to be fat. I mean, you gain weight. He's like, no, you'll be fine. And then Monica made Chandler apologize to the girl. And when he went to the apartment, Sam, to apologize, she goes, wait, that's why you're making fun of me? Like, she didn't even know.
Oh, no.
Oh,
made it
man.
worse. It opened
that
up.
probably did make it worse.
I don't know. I just think this girl needs to give us an update. You continue on, but you've got to tell him because he's going to have the revelation sooner or later. And then it's going to be very awkward.
Didn't it happen too with Brad Pitt?
Yes, Brad Pitt was in the I Hate Rachel fan club with Ross because he was overweight and then he got really skinny and saw Rachel in the Thanksgiving episode and hated her. Complex carbohydrates and Rachel Green.
Oh, yeah, he started eating again. I forgot about that.
Oh, my gosh.
You work so hard, Will. Whatever. Give me the yams.
There'll never be a show like that again where everyone watches it and knows it. Like, we can all
There's
watch
too
Netflix.
many options.
Too many shows.
Yeah.
Too many shows now, but that show
Like
is
on my
still
Hulu account,
solid.
it used
It's
to just
always
be me and
repeating.
Sam. Now it's me, Sam.
Your son.
Like 4 of the people. One that says personal. What's it say?
Who's that
What's
guy?
one say?
The one says add new account.
Yeah, it says add new account. I wonder who that is, Kevin.
What?
On his Hulu.
Oh my God!
has,
Isn't
like-
that so funny?
He was gonna redo it all,
'Cause I
and I
thought
was like,
someone
"No,
hacked me.
it's fine. It's a friend.
Because I got a thing that
It's a
said
friend."
someone got into your Hulu or
It's
something.
because I named it add new account, so it looks like it's just part of the original.
Yeah, that's the name of it.
That's the name of the account. The name of the
Oh
account,
my
I made
gosh.
it add new account, so it looks like it's supposed to be
But
there.
it's in the middle. It says Eric, like Sam,
Add new account.
Ari.
Can you give me your password also? I'll join this party.
Hold up.
I don't ever
I was
check in
wondering
on
how
Hulu.
long it would take for you to realize.
It was like,
2
yeah,
weeks ago.
2 weeks ago,
I got a
yes.
thing that said somebody from Pennsylvania or some other city.
Yeah, I was like, no, I didn't
Oh
hook
my
it. It's
God.
I asked you.
DA.
I go, Sam, did you do this? Because if not,
Yeah.
I need to
So
change
wait, you're
this.
saying, Eric, you gave your password to Sam. Sam gave the password to Kevin. He created an account called Add New Account. So you don't know it's him. Okay, add me too. We'll have the whole show on your Hulu.
I'm paying for everybody, I guess.
We're all watching together.
Yes,
We
absolutely.
gotta watch the show at the same time, guys.
Yeah,
And in another
we
twist-
could.
The rookie or whatever she's watching.
Let me add one last
Let's
twist
take
before we bail
show,
out into the
y'all.
next thing. Somebody just texted another twist to this story. What if the guy this girl is dating also remembers he used to bully her, but is hoping she doesn't remember?
Oh, and that's
he
why he's being
already
extra
knows.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, God, I hope she doesn't remember it was me. Call her Patty.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry if your name is Patty.
she's hot.
You're very healthy, Patty. Healthy Patty. That's my new one. Healthy Patty. All right, coming up next in Celebrity Scoop. One of the most iconic Christmas movies of all time is Home Alone. We talked about the house that was featured in Home Alone going up for sale last week, but Daniel Stern, who played one of the wet
Henchmen?
bandits,
The bad guys.
one of the wet bandits, says he always with new little revelations from a movie that's been an icon in your life. By the way, there's only 31 Mondays until Christmas, by the way, kids.
Start shopping
I
now.
got my update yesterday. It's a little too soon for that Buble Instagram to come into my feed.
I know what I'm getting,
with hot
Kevin.
chocolate.
I'm going to buy him a Hulu gift certificate for the year.
We'll do Scoop next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Goodness.
Listen. Get ready. This is Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
KRBE.
All right, I just want to remind you guys around 8 o'clock, we're going to have an update with Teresa Williams. She called our listener line, and we played her call on Friday. We talked to her on Friday. Her granddaughter had gone missing, and she was beside herself. Geneva Hodge is the granddaughter's name. She was found over the weekend, so we're going to get an entire update from the grandma to
Do I
find
hear-
out what was the story.
We have a little bit of the call that she left yesterday, if you want to hear it real quick.
I want to play. Do we have both? I want people to hear both.
I don't.
Do we have
know
the
if I
first one, Sam?
one.
Because the thing that like spoke to us
We have
was
the first one, yeah.
Okay, we'll play the first call and then we'll play her update call.
This was
and then
on Thursday,
into the Friday
and
show.
then we had her on Friday.
Right. Here's her first call.
Hi, my name's Teresa Williams, and I'm from Splendora, Texas. I have my granddaughter who is currently missing. We have posted on Facebook and Instagram and every kind of social media you can think of. She's 17 years old. Her name is Geneva Hodge. I hear your radio station. I know y'all reach a lot of people. I'm just hoping maybe you'll play this and someone will look online and see, or I'm at my wit's end, and I know my daughter is. So please, I'm asking for help.
So of course, that touched us all, and we had her on Friday. We talked about it. We were really worried about it. We got in touch with Crime Stoppers. We got them together to get the word out, and then she left us this call.
Hi, my name's Teresa Williams, and you talked to me on Friday about my granddaughter, Geneva. I wanted to give you an update. She has been found. She is home safe with my daughter now. I can't thank you guys enough for everything that you did, your encouraging words. They filled my heart with joy, and also they renewed my hope. So thank you very much for everything that you do. Continue to do what you do. Y'all have been so helpful. Y'all have a great day. Bye.
Because
A lot
in
of
that
people are
call, she
sharing-
said she was losing hope, and she didn't know how to not be losing hope.
I was looking at because Irvin put it up there on social media, and I saw all the share. People were sharing it all over, not just Houston, but
Everywhere.
other states
Yeah.
around and cities that we don't air the show. So a lot of people were getting the word out. Thank you so much, everyone
So we'll have an update with Teresa at 8 o'clock this morning. I can't wait to hear all the details. Now, Daniel Stern, who played one of the wet bandits in Home Alone, has a new memoir out called Home and Alone. It came out May 21st. And he's just talking about, for those that have never seen the series on Netflix called The Movies That Made Us, Home Alone is one of the movies they focused on, and they talk about how that movie almost didn't get made and the drama of producers giving the green light and thinking, well, we don't have enough budget for this. And one company was going to shut down Home Alone over, I think, like a mere $1 million deficit in the budget. And then another company came out of nowhere and turned the lights back on, and they finished the movie.
Which is crazy because it's made billions if you add up all the stuff between then and now.
Right. Oh, yeah.
For $1 million.
Over $1 million. Like, I think it was Warner Brothers that dropped it, and then, like, Columbia picked it up or vice versa. Anyway, watch The Movies That Made Us. And in that, Daniel Stern says that he almost did not take the role as the wet bandit, and it would have been his greatest regret because of the money situation. Like you have a certain amount of money you're going to get for a role, and you're figuring out, okay, well, I'm one of the villains and this and that. And he even says in there, like, man, that would have been a stupid move over just a couple of $1,000 or whatever the question was that was being debated. He says that when they were filming Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin, who was playing Kevin, he was about 8 years old, that he was staying in a different hotel than Daniel Stern and his family, but they picked him up one day and took him to the park with the kids to play. And they said he was a really sweet kid, but you could tell he'd lived a very different life than my kids. He didn't know how to play tag. He didn't know how to throw the ball around, because he was more of an indoor kid and had so much adult pressure on him from show business and his parents. So think about it. All these kids, like, what makes a great kid actor? Oh, they're so professional. Oh my gosh, these kid actors, they're so professional because they're acting like adults.
Right.
And then when a kid has been seasoned in like the theater or whatever, when your kid is like, oh, I'm going to be 11 years old, I'm going to try this out for the first time, and this little kid's been doing it since they were 4, they're acting like, highbrow, like, oh, my agent told me that I wasn't.
Yeah, they're talking about adult stuff.
Adult stuff. And so he said that, they kind of felt sorry for him because really that's all he had known. And, the story of Macaulay Culkin with his parents in the end, he was estranged from his dad because it was a very tumultuous relationship of both of his parents raising the kids to be child actors and adult stars, right? Like they were into adulthood to be stars, because Kieran Culkin from Succession, he is a whole force of nature on his own. The first time I ever saw Kieran Culkin, he was in the movie Father of the Bride with Steve Martin and Kimberly Williams. He plays the little brother. And, there's a lot of, he's had his own success, but anyway, Daniel Stern says in the book that we realized he had formed a friendship with Michael Jackson because when we picked him up, his hotel room was stacked literally from wall to wall and ceiling to floor with toys. Every conceivable toy, as if somebody went through Toys R Us, took one of each and dropped them off in his room. All were gifts from Michael Jackson. It made all of us feel really bad for Mac. My kids had experienced a taste of distortions that fame can bring, but seeing what Mac's life was like put things in a different perspective.
Yeah, you can't give a kid everything. You got to have a little strife.
And did he even have time to play with all that stuff?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
You can't.
It's like, okay, I have a whole toy store in my hotel room. It's fine.
Was he in City Slickers?
He was, but I never saw that movie.
And he was the voice of Kevin in Wonder Years.
Oh, that's him?
Yeah.
I thought it was, for some reason, I was thinking Richard Dreyfuss. That was for Stand By Me. But yeah, he was the voice of Kevin in
Wonder Years. I met him once when I was my internship in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny, I don't remember. I didn't never back then you didn't take photos of people.
Do you know what the Wonder Years is, Sam?
No.
It was a great show.
Was it a 90s
They redid it.
About the 70s and the 60s and 70s. Coming of age, like puberty.
Yeah. Ross from Friends was in it for a little bit. He was like a...
He was?
He was a hippie. Like he was fighting the Vietnam War.
Oh, interesting.
It's on Hulu. Would you look at that?
Hey, Kev, you can watch it.
You're going to give me your password, Eric, and we're all going to be one happy family on the same password.
Add new users.
Ryan Show on KRVE with what's going down in H.
I guess Hulu doesn't care how many people you have
password
on.
Sharing.
Not yet.
Don't let that. I know it's going to happen today. Watch. Don't ruin this for me, Eric.
I don't watch a lot on Hulu, though. I don't even know why we were trying to watch.
It's because American Idol. That's like the only thing Santiago would even like.
We'll stream the next day.
They're good about playing stuff from the next day from like
absolutely. That's
Bravo stuff.
Yep.
Like Housewives of Dubai was on last night. I know a lot of women.
Because they know that people stream now. So if they watch, if you're not going to watch the actual network live, they always say stream the next day on Hulu.
That's
for Bachelor and all that. All right, so
the Rookie.
Big props to KPRC Amy Davis. Amy Davis was shut down by former Mayor Turner when she did this whole series called Drained. It was an investigation about public corruption and why our water bills are so big and huge and overpriced and inflated, and people wanted answers and nobody was getting answers, but you were told to pay that water bill. You better pay that water bill. So when Amy Davis confronted the mayor at the time, Sylvester Turner said, "You're rude, Amy, you're rude. I'm going to talk to basically your managers about how rude you are." Mayor Whitmire over the weekend came out and said, Amy Davis is not rude. She's doing her job, because they found out there was a huge scheme going on in Houston Public Works, as the water department manager is now in custody after KPRC2 broke the news that 7 people at the center of the water line repair contract scandal have been criminally charged. Patrice Lee is the former Houston Public Works maintenance manager, and she's charged with abuse of official capacity and 4 counts of bribery. Her brother, Andrew Thomas, is charged with abuse of official capacity. How? Because Patrice was giving contracts to her brother's company and getting kickbacks, and the sum of the money is over $700,000 that they have swindled out of our wallets. We are waiting to see what happens when it comes to people like me who had to pay insane water bills, and I had to get plumbers to come out because they're like, well, you probably have a leak somewhere. I did not have a leak. I was hoping the sprinkler head was busted or something, and it did not make sense. And my last water bill was like, I don't know, like $183.
I had to go to the water main in front of my house, open it up, and take a picture of the dial, because they had me thousands of gallons over, and now my water bill is negative $48 because they owe me,
because they
overcharged me. So I think there is a way to fix it, but you have to really do your diligence and get with the
Remember
folks over there.
was it last July and August, September, somewhere in there, for 7 weeks by my house, it kept just
spraying. Water
was just spraying out there forever. And everyone called and they said, "Oh, we know. We just have a long list of places to fix."
So is there somewhere you can go to get a rebate, as it were, from
I'm
when they
waiting
overcharge?
to find out what they're going to say about
get this money back? Or
yeah.
these
How are we
people
going to get our
spend the
money back, or what's going to happen?
Or forgiveness?
Yeah, because I remember calling the water department and being like, I don't know what to do, because if I don't pay this, I'm getting a disconnection fee, and then they're going to charge me more to reconnect my water. Because if you get disconnected, they charge you more to reconnect.
Right,
That's true.
If you don't have the money to pay it.
Right. Yeah. And I was just like, okay, this is really
And they
ridiculous.
sent me a letter saying that my meter is broken, and they're just going to charge me one amount every single month. They estimated that my household used X amount of gallons, and that's what I'm getting charged every month until they fix my meter.
And say this person that they're accusing has to get a lawyer. Does she get to use that money that she allegedly took?
Right.
Oh,
That's
Do they
a
freeze
lot.
your account? Because you have to have you have to hire a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
But
Don't
you
they
can hire the best
assign
lawyer,
you?
because you can use the money that you allegedly took if that happened.
Unless they assign you a lawyer?
No, because
I
you're
don't know.
you're going to hire your best lawyer. You're not going to get the city lawyer.
But if they freeze your accounts and you can't use any money, they have to assign you one, don't they?
Yeah,
what about
I
people
guess.
that don't have money and they're up
Yes,
for crimes?
defense counsel.
They assign
Yes.
you.
But
So it's a to
money
be
this big,
continued.
she
We
ain't
will
gonna do
see.
that.
But even
Fee
Kim
or
Ogg
whatever.
said we want to thank Channel 2, because without your work, we would not have called in the Rangers. So Amy Davis, bravo on what you did,
I like
girl.
Amy. She's the best.
Now, hopefully tomorrow we'll have information on how to get your money back.
Yeah.
Okay. Coming up next, we're going to check in with Teresa Williams. She's the grandmother of Geneva Hodge, who went missing, and she brought this to our attention. We were really disturbed, all weekend. Even Eric's wife and I were like, did they find her yet? What happened? We're so worried. Where's Geneva? We're going to give you the full story and the update next on The Roula and Ryan Show.